all set and racing away from the 450 meter marker. So a good beginning for them. Fiery Pegasus takes up the early advantage and goes off to lead them. So Fiery Pegasus goes to the lead now from Hat's Queen. Coco Melon's racing in third, and on the outside Fetching Flyers in fourth with the Mightiest and Gerbera. Party Punch is about 7 lengths back. Tadocca's racing one behind that. Then World of Alice third to last. Ancient Wisdom is second to last, and Care Forgot is the trailer as Richard Ferree guides the SA Oaks field through to the last 1700 meters, and out there in front is Fiery Pegasus, led it by about 2 lengths. Hat's Queen is racing second. Coco Melon is third as the speed is now on. Fetching Flyers racing in fourth, about 7-8 lengths off them. And Richard Freeze ensuring a good gallop up front on the favourite Fiery Pegasus. Party Punch is back in fifth, already 10 lengths off the leader. In behind that is World of Alice and Gerbera. Then came the Mightiest and Tadocca. Further back to Ancient Wisdom. And behind that is Care Forgot. Well, Richard Freeze went off the rail. There's back to the rail now. But it is in front, the favourite Fiery Pegasus, down to the last 1400 meters, led by 8 lengths or so. The 1 to 3 favorite, Fiery Pegasus, clear by 10 lengths. Hat's Queen is racing second. In third is Coco Melon. Then Fetching Flyer, who's on the outside of Gerbera. Party Punch gives the leaders 14 lengths start with World of Alice and the Mightiest. Ancient Wisdom and Tadocca 16 lengths off the leader. And Care Forgot is the trailer as Richard Ferree and Fiery Pegasus are in a different race with 900 meters to go. They're a dozen lengths clear of Hat's Queen in second. Coco Melon is racing third. Then Gerbera and Fetching Flyer behind that. Party Punch. World of Alice. Jockey starting to get animated. Has got 15 lengths to make up. Then came Ancient Wisdom, Tadocca, and in behind that is Care Forgot as they come down the home straight. In the running of the Fulkerbos Drift, Bridget Oppenheimer, SA Oaks, and Fiery Pegasus is led by 5 lengths. Hat's Queen is racing second. Out the pack comes Coco Melon. In behind that is Gerbera and then World of Alice. But Fiery Pegasus in the Oaks is still clear on the outside. Now Coco Melon starts to make inroads on the extreme outside. Then came Hat's Queen and World of Alice. 200 to go. Fiery Pegasus is still 3 lengths clear from Coco Melon. Down the inside is World of Alice. But Richard Ferree took the bull by the horns here on Fiery Pegasus. World of Alice is finishing quickly down the inside. Fiery Pegasus, World of Alice. Fiery Pegasus beat World of Alice. Third will go to Coco Melon or Hat's Queen. In behind that was Tadocca and Gerbera. Well, he was posing on this for most of the way, but that last 200, she certainly was clear enough to hold on from a flying World of Alice from the Sean Terry stable. But Fiery Pegasus has won both the South African Classic and now the South African Oaks. Fiery Pegasus just hangs on by a long head from World of Alice. Coco Melon's run a blinder in third, the daughter of Willow Magic, and then came behind that Hat's Queen. And that's the start of the race where Richard Ferree decided, I'm going to go to the front and make this a true test of stamina. That he did, and he'll just hang on in what has to be said was an enterprising and a very brave ride. This is owned by Jonathan Bloomberg, Dial and Chinsami, Roger Coppin, Marlon Nika. Well done to Bronson Nassif, to Jerome, Kevin, Mark Nassif, to Mr. B and Mrs. K and Kulbe, to MGAS Bloodstock of Gabby Somers, and to the Kiston Pillay Racing, Trevelyan Pillay. It's the Group 2, Grade 2, SA Oaks goes the way of Joey Soma, and Fiery Pegasus has won race 10.
The excitement is just palpable here. This is why we race. When with Johnny Girodis and losing Jockey there, Craig said, I can't believe it. One more stride. Yes. He didn't make it, but what a choice. What a confident ride from Richard.
Yeah, listen, to do what he did, it takes big cojones, yes, to be fair. And halfway down the straight, you thought he was going to win by top 10.
Yes.
And look, she obviously got tired. A great ride from Richard. And like you said, Craigie, one more stride, he would have got up.
Yeah, it's one of those races where you can't criticise either jockey. And in fact, you can't criticise Gavin Arena on the third horse, Coco Melon, because he also gave his filly every chance. Thrilling race.
Every chance, yeah. What a great finish. Again, we were privileged to see such nice finishes today at Turffontein. We can't complain on these Group 1 races.
Now, I have to share with the public at home that Johnny had a tear in his eye, but not because of this race, because you found your name on the trophy. Again? 1995, Stormy Hill. I remember she was an Australian-bred filly. Can you remember her?
Yes, I did, for Colin Dunn, the late Colin Dunn and Gerald Coleman, who lives in Spain now. Okay. It was a good filly. I won the Oaks for Mark de Kock. So, yeah, my name is somewhere in the top there somewhere.
Yeah, 1995. And I was looking there, Mary's fillies left, right and centre on these Oaks.
Everywhere there. Mary's thinks she's got about 10 of them around there, so well done to all.
Yes, she's got the trophy surrounded, literally. But here comes Richard. We'll chat to in a moment. Well, it's one of those rides as well, Johnny. You've been there. Yes. When you're in the winner's enclosure, people say, well done, terrific ride. And if you get beat...
And if it had gone the other way, yeah, it's one of those races, it could have gone either way. But today, all credit to Richard. He's ridden 2 crackers. He's ridden, obviously, winning on Alec Lairds' horse and now Fiery Pegasus. Absolute cracker.
Well, Jonathan Blumberg has joined us. We'll be talking to him in a moment. He'll be absolutely delighted. He's probably aged 10 years, though, but terrific. That's why we race. Wonderful opportunity for the owners to come in here. And they've been here before. They were here on Classic Day. And... they are back again. Absolutely delighted. Johnny.
You know what's nice about Turffontein? You can stand here in the winner's box or basically in the parade ring, watch your horse come to win or wherever it is, and you're right here waiting for it. You don't have to run up and down the stairs. You're standing in this beautiful parade ring waiting for your horses to come back.
Yeah, it's actually one of the best in the world in terms of that. I mean, back in the old day, remember the winner's enclosure around the back?
You had to run around the back.
When you won Stormy Hill, you were around the back.
I was, yeah. So it's so nice. We're out in front here. The weather's played ball. And then look at this, one of the luckiest owners at the moment in racing, Dylan Chinsamy, back in the winner's box. What can you say?
Well, they are indeed. They're all coming in here. Richard, you're joining me. Well, you know, it's now in the history books because it's one of those moments, one more stride, and people will be saying, what was he doing? But now you're in the winner's enclosure. I have to say, terrific ride, bold ride, well done.
Well, if I was sitting on where the public's sitting, I would have said the same thing. What am I doing? I had a runaway. Hello, ma'am. I had a runaway. She came out really good and I had the brakes on her. Nothing to cover up. She's, you know, she's always had that tendency where she can have a race. And I had to change plans and we crossed over the road. She caught a shy. She actually put some brakes on and her ears came pricked. So I kept her in the middle of the track for quite a bit. And just trying to get her to come back to me so that when we start climbing the hill, I'm not burning nearly as much as I'm doing down the backstretch. And then top of the straight, I just wanted to get away from horses. And I was already far clear, but I took where the going is, I'd rather get to the outside and, you know, take my chances there. And I just sat for as long as any man could possibly sit. And she was brave, you know, she gave me a little stretch. I went after, it's probably not the right thing to do. She was giving me everything already. But I must say well done to Mr. Soma and his team of guys. And thank you to the sponsors for the day. Yeah, I got lucky. That line was coming in very quickly for Mr. Terry, so I'll take the win today. But a great win, and also a special thank you to my sponsors at Richmond.
You know, your record-breaking season last year, there's a full page, a glorious tribute to you in print, which Hollywood did. And I happened to write one of the articles in that when you wrote Dave the King. And I started by saying, you know, Gary Player, the great Gary Player said, the harder you work, the luckier you get. So you might say it's lucky, but we know it's hard work and it's also talent and ability. So, Richard, great day for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I've heard that before as well, for when I was riding for Mr. Kotson back in Cape Town. He also said that the one day. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So he must have heard it from Mr. Player sometime. So just glad to get the win and you know, go home looking like a hero.
Richard, thank you very much. Mary Slack. Earlier on, we saw a winner, Legends of Arthur, and I said Legends of Mary, handing the trophy to Richard Furry. Okay, I think we got to get Mr. Soma in first. I got a hold of Joe. Joe, come and join us first. Joe, come and join us. Come over, my friend. This gives me great pleasure. Oop. Let me... Joe, turn around here. They want to see you. This, you know, you've always been a racing man, so this won't get lost on you, that you've won the Oaks next to next to your favorite lady, and the history behind it. We were talking about the matriarch of racing.
A lucky lady.
Lucky lady. You've done it for her with Athena and so many. So this moment's not lost on you.
Not at all. This is our second Oaks winner. We had one with Windchill. I got a long way to catch Mr. Ferraris, seeing that it's his day today, and I wish him all the best. Thanks for all the experience that he's taught us. When I came to Turffontein, I watched how he worked horses, and I sort of had to copy that, otherwise I knew I'm going to get left behind. Massive thank you to Mary and Jessica and Stephen for their continued support of the Triple Tiara and the Triple Crown. And whatever they do for racing, we could never get this excited if it wasn't for them. Thank you very much, Mary. Then to my lovely
babies.
Lovely babies. What a crew. What a crew. I tell you what, from all angles of life, I love them dearly. That's all I can say. I treat each and every one the same. And I just got to say, thank God we had Richard Ferry on this one.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was concerned the whole week. We're knowing that we missed a lot of work going into this race. It's going over 2-4 for the first time. You okay, Mary? Sit, my angel. And I was concerned when we saddled her up as well. She was a little bit too keen. But thank God we had a master on. And I'm very, very proud of him, proud of the horse, proud of my Induna, Edward Moffa King, and the groom, Daniel, and especially his work rider, Sergio. Absolutely outstanding rider. And lastly, to my lovely partner, Sandy. I love her lots, and without her, I couldn't do it either.
Joe, this is what gets you up in the morning. Horses get you up in the morning, but with these reprobate owners, they might want to put you to bed at night, I would imagine. But they are lovely. Look at them. Let's hear it from you guys. There we go. You've been way too quiet.
And I really absolutely love their racing. They put their money where their mouth is, and they continued support from all of them. I could never do it without them.
Well, let's get them in here, shall we?
Thank you.
We'll open up. Come on, guys. Come and join us. I want you all in. Jonathan, I spoke to Jonathan earlier on. I'm going to start with you, my friend, as the spokesman. Oh, we need to present the toad. Sorry, a photograph. Let's have the... Yes, let's get this. We'll keep a little decorum just for another 30 seconds, and then the mayhem will start. Mary Slack giving Joe Soma the award. We'll all gather around. I'm going to actually give you the microphone, Jonathan, because you can share it with them. I want to know, guys, what it was like watching that race, because you look like you were going to trot up by 20, and then the desperation of the last lunge. Jonathan?
No, totally unscripted. I think the instructions were to drop her out with soft hands, and everything went awry. But I think Richard did a fantastic job to win.
Yes.
But I think first and foremost, I think what's important is just to thank Mary and her team for what they've done for this jurisdiction of racing. And I think even more so, the group of owners that are in this horse probably account for the majority of horses outside of Lawrence Werner's in this jurisdiction. Yeah. So I don't think there could be more beneficial owners than these people who support the game, and it's wonderful to share success with such a great bunch of guys who really are here to win and have fun. So well done to everybody, and obviously to Joe Soma, a great training feat, and obviously for Richard, Plan B and the horse won.
Jonathan, you sum it up so well, and I'm looking at Satch's badge. It says it all. It says life member, and these guys, Satch, you just love the game. You eat, you breathe, you're so passionate about it, but that must be one of the most nerve-wracking last 20 meters you've ever witnessed.
100%. I've been in the game for over 50 years. I've been a partner of Mary Slack on a few horses, but firstly, I need to thank Mary Slack for what she's done for racing and her family. And Mary Slack, I just want to remind you, we won 4 Oaks already, which is a Guinness Book of Records, needs to be put in. And to Betway, to Jonathan, and to my nephew Dylan Chutami, and Trevlin and his partners, and especially Gan that's here, and the Nassifs. Let me tell you something, without them, we are nothing in racing, there's no racing. So racing, please get involved in partnerships because that's the way to go. And once again, thank you to Mary Slack and everybody. My nephew now.
Just before he gets going, you're right. You've got an opportunity. 10th and the 11th National Yearling Sales. I'm going to get out of the way because Mary wants to hand you the trophy. If we can bring it in, it's pretty heavy. So, Trevelyan, you can actually act on behalf, if you don't mind, of Mary and hand over the trophy, guys. Mr. Chin, Sammy is with me. Last word for you. Great win.
Guys, I just want to dedicate this win. It's been a long journey with some great friends. I just along the way actually met a great man, Trevelyan Pillay, and what it was just watch these two colors. We got our own this thing, but what it was besides everything else. If we don't have the support of our family and our wives and our friends and our family, the nurses, his father, look at it. What a great moment is this. The man's
That's
father
not his father. Surely he's got to be his older brother. He doesn't look a day over 40.
So, listen to me. This is a great moment. Mr. Slack, thank you for everything. And please, let's continue building racing in Johannesburg.
Here, here. Thank you very much. Another word here. Last one.
I don't have much time to talk, but I just want to say well done to my family, to Darlin, Marlon, Trevelyan, to Mary, and thank you to God.
Well done, my friend. Excellent. Please give them all a round of applause. What a race. Ah, my man, I told you you're going to have a good day.
I just want to say well done to the Giston Pillay boys in Durban. Colin, Gavin, Denzel, Craig, and Nolan. You know, we've gone into this partnership and it's unbelievable what's happening.
It is unbelievable, mate. Continue. You've got your trophy. Let me get you into the photographs. Congratulations. There is more racing, folks, still to come because we've got plenty more still to come here at Turffontein. We will do the groom in a second. Hold on, young man, and I'll hand it to him. We're just going to do some photos and then get that on camera. Oh, I think we are on camera. Here we go. Congratulations. What a job. You must be excited.
Thanks very much. Fantastic thanks to all team in Istanbul. It's everyone watching that race. It's Mary Slack. It's all sport betting for to support.
Thank you, World Sports Betting. Thank you very much. And there's, you got a trophy as well. It's all happening. Well done. Get the photographs done. Congratulations. Excellent job. I know it's been difficult to train with all the wet weather. Great job. Well done, everyone.
Excuse me.